heart's getting used to this whiplash. I'm letting go, take my hand quickly. Wonder what it's like on the other side. If green pastures wait for me there, heads are lying, my heart's a butterfly. I gotta go quickly. I'm not used to violence. I never knew anyone so beautiful in the silence. I never knew anyone at all. Buried is my stone heart beneath the dust of an age. I'm not used to this girl, no. I wasn't built for this world, I'm sleeping. Inner kitchen, making me strip slow. Wants to see what I'm made from. Wants to feel me play with her heartstring. She gotta go quickly. There's a tiger sleeping in my bedroom. In the garden, shaking with fear. Morning clouds are just like a highway. I gotta go quickly. I'm not used to violence. I never knew anyone so beautiful in the silence. I never knew anyone at all. Buried is my stone heart beneath the dust of an age. I'm not used to this girl, no. I wasn't built for this world, I'm sleeping. I'm not used to her violence. I never knew anyone so beautiful in her silence. I never knew anyone at all. Buried is my stone heart beneath the dust of an age. I'm not used to this girl, no. I wasn't built for this world, I'm sleeping. I'm not used to her violence. I never knew anyone so beautiful in her silence. I never knew anyone at all. Buried is my stone heart beneath the dust of an age. I'm not used to this girl, no. I wasn't built for this world, I'm sleeping. I'm not used to her violence. I never knew anyone so beautiful in the silence. I never knew anyone at all. Buried is my stone heart beneath the dust of an age. I'm not used to this girl, no. I wasn't built for this world, I'm sleeping. Gonna heaven with a fake mustache. Gonna try my luck in the clouds. My heart's getting used to this whiplash. I'm letting go, take my hand quickly.
In the song Fake Mustache, the idea is that maybe by wearing a disguise, the character can do something they might not normally be able to do. In the case of the song, Get Into Heaven. I'm wondering if you see a difference between the real you and the stage or performing you. Whether or not in some ways you feel like you have to wear a fake mustache as a performer.
That's an excellent question.
Yeah, interesting question. Well, I guess let's each say how we feel about that. Do you want to go first?
Yeah, well, to an extent, you do want to wear a fake mustache on stage, and to an extent, you do not. I think, it's quite exposing being on stage. I think audiences, particularly for our kind of music, really want to see who we are. If you're Kiss, do you guys know who Kiss is? Yeah, well, that's not them, it's they're literally costumes. But we got to put on our performance hat, but we also need to show the audience who we are. So it's a balance for me.
I think I guess for me, I would agree with all of that. I try to. I think honesty is really, really important in what we do. I think people I think people know when you're not being yourself. I think they see it from a mile away. And I think people are most comfortable in your performance and most connected when you're being honest and being yourself. That said, you know, you can't just get up there and be any old way you want to be. You know, like a big part of me is, one part of me is to be quite introspective and not really want to talk to people and want to be on my own. I can't really get on stage and be that way. You know, and so I can't always necessarily be exactly how I feel like being, but you know, I'm always trying to be myself, or at least a part of myself that is real, and to achieve that real connection with the people in the room.
Yeah, it's a difficult one for me. I find it hard performing. I don't really consider myself a performer. I guess, you know, I'm a musician, and I think it's something that I work at, and we all work at. We've discussed it a lot over the years, about how to you know, be and how to feel and how to behave when you are on a stage, because I think that for a lot of creative people, and it isn't for everyone, but for a lot of people, and particularly with musicians, you spend a lot of time working at your craft, whether that's practicing your instrument or working on songwriting alone, probably in your bedroom without people around, and so to be kind of launched onto a stage is challenging for a lot of people who are perhaps introverted, and so I think it's a journey. It's something that I and we're still working at.
I'm 30 and I've played since I was 13, and I've played on stage since I was 13. I've just always been myself, and people might find it awkward, or like I find this more awkward, talking to a bunch of kids about you know, intellectual issues. But when I'm like playing, I don't really care what if people, you know, I don't know. It's just I just be myself always, even if I'm not in a good mood or if I'm feeling amazing. It's just it. I can't change, or I can't really put on a fake mode. But I'm not singing or presenting myself like that. I'm just making sound, so it's a bit different. Does that make sense?
So you never have performance anxiety?
No, I don't get nervous really. I don't know. I just.
And you never did?
Mm-mm. No. I actually get really nervous public speaking. That is one thing. I'm shaking now. I don't like it at all. It's like horrible. But to play music in front of people it's nothing.
You can see he's a very honest man.
He's not lying.
So he doesn't have a fake mustache.
Well, that's a real
I
mustache.
just got a real,
That's
anything he
definitely
says.
a real bad blonde mustache.
But it's real.
Right.
It's real,
honest.
and that's
It's
what's
honest.
important.